switch down below right here, and connected to that we do have our Asus Store NAS here. Now our Asus Store NAS does have two 2.5 gig ports on it. The editing machines in here have 2.5 gig ports as well. So what we want to do right here and right now is leverage a way to get more data from our NAS to both of our editing suites. Now one of those editing suites is located just on the other side of the wall here. And then the other one is out in the SCSR 4K production studio. So today we're going to show you guys how to get 2.5 gig from this Asus Store NAS all the way to our studio out there and then right on the other side of the wall right here. And we're going to do that next, so thanks for joining us. Guys, you got Brad here and you are on Supercar Street Racing, and if this is your first time on the channel, I would love to welcome you and I hope that you would like and subscribe. And today we have a mission, and that is to figure out our bandwidth issues on our editing rigs. Now both of our editing rigs are working off this Asus Store NAS here that's sitting so fresh and fly underneath our little entertainment console right here. That Asus Store NAS is connected to our Netgear 1 gig switch, and that distributes everything to the house and the studio. Now the problem of course is that the Netgear down there only does 1 gig, where the Asus Store and the computers all do 2.5 gig. So in order to alleviate some data congestion issues, we're gonna go ahead and upgrade this whole thing to 2.5 gig Ethernet. Now all you need for 2.5 gig Ethernet is a Cat 6 cable, and in some cases a Cat 5e could do it as well. We do have Cat 6 running all the way out to the studio out there and then also to the next room right here. So it should be pretty easy. All we should have to do is implement some sort of switch that can support 2.5 gig for our Asus Store and our two computers. Adding to the complication though is the fact that out in the studio we do have another large 1 gig switch feeding almost everything in the studio. So we'll have to figure that out once we get out there. But let's start up here. Let's get our new switches unboxed from Ubiquiti. Back in the Supercar Street Racing awesome living room here, and right behind me we have a solution for your 2.5 gigahertz needs, and it is a low-cost solution as well from a high-quality manufacturer. So sitting right here behind me in these three boxes, we do have the Unify 2.5 gig switches. These guys are 5 ports, and that's all we need, because all we have to do really is supply 2 machines and 1 NAS, 5 gig. Everything else will be 1 gig, including the internet. So our mission is quite simple today. We're gonna get these things unboxed, get them set up via the app on the phone, and see what we have to do to upgrade our entire system here to 2.5 gigahertz networking. Right in front of me is this Cinema 70S from Marantz, and it is so happy to be joined by this nice Ubiquiti switch, and you can see right here at the bottom, this is a Flex 2.5G switch here. And there is a nice little pull thing here to get the Flex out of the box like that. And there we go. So the 2.5 gig Flex from Ubiquiti is officially getting unboxed. And you can see right here they have the website for Ubiquiti, and there is an installation guide via a QR code scan right there. And inside of the box there should be an Ubiquiti switch, and there is the Flex 2.5G switch. Very simple, no complaints online about overheating like the other cheap, dumb 2.5 gig switches from China or elsewhere. And then also they were kind enough to give us a power brick. This thing does use USB-C 5-volt power. Let's get that out of the box. Here's a look at the actual box for the Flex 2.5G switch, and inside of that box there we do have a little USB power supply of 5 volts, assuming any 5 volt will work, and there is also an instruction manual in here which we probably won't really need. So what we now have to do is figure out power, because we have used up all the power here, but we don't need this NAS anymore. So I think I'm going to end up removing my old MyBook Live NAS finally, because we replace it with this modern solid state Asus Store NAS. Let's get this WD MyBook Live removed from the Supercar Street Racing abode. Okay, we did get the cat cable unplugged there. All we really need to do now is get the power unplugged from behind here. And it is this little tiny power cable right here. All right, I gotta cut some zip ties here to get this out. Let's go ahead and do that to free up some power for our new switch. I did just get this old power supply out. So we freed up a plug for the new switch. It has this tiny brick right here. And all we have to do right here and right now is plug this guy in. Or we could use a USB-C to USB-A adapter because we have ports on our power strip right there. But let's just go ahead and for now, we'll come back and clean the wiring up later. For now, we're just gonna feed this into our switch bay here where we're gonna put our 2.5G switch. We fed it right there. And then moving down here, we should be able just to get our switch connected right here. Our cable modem is back online after we removed it from service. We just have to make sure now that we have Cat 6 cables between everything. So we already have cables from our NAS going to our standard switch. We're gonna move those to our new switch. All right, let's get prepped to do that now. All right, this NAS has 2 ports on it. They are both connected, 11. 11 and 14 are the NAS ports, 14, 13, 12, 11. So we're gonna take 14 and 11 out and put them on the new 2.5 gig switch by Ubiquiti. Here is the nice Flex 2.5. We're gonna go ahead and apply power to it. And to do that, you simply plug in the USB-C cable in the back, just like this. This thing is powered. You can see the light. It's booting up right here now. That light flashing indicates that. Now it will not be able to, I don't know if it'll be able to update through the phone. Let's let it get boot up and see if we can find it first, and then we'll go from there. For that, we need the phone. Okay, we are recording on the phone now here, as you can see, and also on the GoPro. We have our Unify switch up here. I want to see if it can find the switch without connecting to any sort of LAN. So I'm gonna hit the plus button here. It says it is searching for devices. It's not gonna find the device, I don't think. Nope. It's not gonna find it because it's going to use, it doesn't use Bluetooth. Okay, we've got a hopefully Cat 6 cable here to connect to our switch. This is not the final configuration, but this will give the Unify access to the switch. We do have a link here on the Unify switch here. It is connected. Let's go ahead and see if we can go ahead and discover this now. All right, it did find the Flex switch here. Cool. Switch is there. Okay, we do have our switch sitting here. I was not able to do anything on the app. I'll look into that in a few minutes, but we can go ahead and continue setup. Now, what we want to do right here and right now is go ahead and connect the NAS to this guy, and then also our studio and our cable that goes into the other room. So we did say that our NAS is right here and right here, these two. Let's remove those. It's going to kill our live stream. Now, these two guys go to our NAS, right? They should be Cat 6 cables. What we want to do here is go ahead and give them 2.5 gig here. That one did link, and this one did link, I am sure. Let's see. It did. Okay, cool. Our NAS is now connected to 2.5 gig. Now we have to give everything else that needs 2.5 gig a connection to this. One of them goes to that room, and we're going to connect it right now. Okay, this cable right here that comes from the other room that says studio, hopefully it is a Cat 6 cable. It does come right through here. It is a gray cable. It is then right here, that needs 2.5. We're gonna go ahead and unplug it from that switch, give it 2.5. This is going to send 2.5 to the studio. Let's see if it links. It did link. We got one more to send. We got to send the one to the other room. That is our office, 2.5 gig. Let's go ahead and do that now. This one is right here. This might not be a 2.5 gig cable. It's this last one right here. We're gonna plug it into this switch and see if that provides, it might not be a Cat 6 cable, so we might have to troubleshoot these connections after we get them. They are all linked. We are now sending 2.5G everywhere. Let's go check our live stream and see if it did fail. Right in front of the Supercar Street Racing editing rig here, and it is still up, so that's good news. We have another 1 gig switch here that feeds these two laptops. We're gonna go ahead and replace this switch with the Ubiquiti as well. This stuff is tied up really nice, so I will have to come back through and do some cable management, but let's go ahead and get this switch replaced with another Ubiquiti 2.5G switch right now. We're unboxing our second Ubiquiti switch here, after which we need to figure out the software. So if you want to power this with 5 volts, you can get a USB-C, a USB-A, and just power it from any USB connector. Let's go ahead and disable this by unplugging all of these. Now we should have lost hardwire to everything in the room. Everything is off, yes, correct. So we can get this switch wired up now. We do have a power strip under here. It does not have USB, but let's get our switch up here and wired up. We are removing this old Netgear 1 gig switch right here. All we have to do is power it down with that. We have a Rogue zip tie right here we need to cut. But here's our new power compared to the old one. Let's go ahead and get our switch. Now we do have also a cable from here to the wall. If we have 2.5G problems, we will have to go investigate that as well. This is a rear mount switch, completely different from the other one. Now, unfortunately, we're gonna see the power cable right next to it like that. Now, let's get our scissors and cut off this dumb Rogue zip tie. Now, connecting our new switch should be as easy as just plugging in our cables here and making sure that they are Cat 6 capable cables. Let's see if we get a link. We do. So that was the one that comes from the wall. I think everything is linked. I'm looking at my actual computers now to see if I have any issues with links. First signs of life from 2.5 gig are showing up right there. We have a 2.5 gig connection to our editing machine here, and these will only do 1 gig. Both these laptops are only going to do 1 gig, so that's just that. We went ahead and downloaded the Unify Windows server here and downloaded it to this local machine and set it up. A long story short, I did figure out how to set the local server up on the network, and you can see right here we have both of the switches that are currently on. They are onboarded onto the, it's actually called adopted, onto my local server here with the Unify hosted at localhost 8443. It did update the firmware on both of the switches. The one that's in here in the office, you can see it uplink at 2.5G. That's the one that's supplying to this computer, and this computer is linked at 2.5 gig. If you go into the network settings here, you can see right there, it is linked at 2.5 gig. Now all we have to do is get out to the studio and go ahead and set up this last switch here, which will require some rewiring out there. Let's go ahead and get that done. Out here in the Supercar Street Racing studio now, and we only have one thing that needs to be connected to 2.5 gig out here, and that is my editing PC. Now this presents a challenge simply because of the wiring inside the wall. We only have 2 places where we can get network for this. One of them feeds this switch here. So what we're going to do is put the 2.5 gig switch up here. We're going to take our feed from the house. We're going to back feed that switch and then feed one of my LAN connections to this guy down here. There isn't anything close to it except the one down here that feeds the switch. There's only one connection down here on 11, so I can't use that one. It feeds my switch. And there is one down here that feeds the other PC, so I am going to end up using this one down here and just tucking the wire behind the wall right there. Hopefully I have enough Cat 6 cables. I may not. I may have to steal some. Let's see what we got. I labeled all these from the switch, so basically all we need to do right here is plug into port 4, run it over to the PC, and then patch in our switch up there and see if this is a Cat 6 cable. Our next job is to plug in our switch up here. Let's get our switch up at the very top. We're gonna put it up there where all our other network gear is, and hopefully we have one plug. Okay, our switch is powered up right there. I need to go ahead and find a short patch cable. I'm gonna run inside and see what I have now. Okay, after a little bit of easy troubleshooting, I did figure out that the label is completely wrong on one side or the other. It says 10 on this side, and on this side it says 4, which I'm completely confused about. I wouldn't usually get that wrong. I don't have a label on this one up here, so I'm not sure, and I don't know what that one is, so something is just off on my labeling. I don't need to worry about patch cords because, as you can see right there, we are connected at 2.5 to the network now, so that part is done. We should be able to walk inside now and see everything connected, at least this switch connected at 2.5 gig. Let's go check it out. Now we are in here at our server manager. Let's go see, and yes, looks like in fact we are connected to the main switch at 2.5 gig. So yeah, so we have a 2.5 network going here. Now the only thing that is not 2.5 gig is from the internet, because the Eero only has one 2.5 gig port, and it is the WAN port. You cannot use both. All I have to do right here and right now is get some zip ties and start cleaning up this mess that I created right here. So let's grab those and start working. Final check here, we do have a 2.5 gig link here now in the studio, so we are connected to our NAS at 2.5 gig. Supposedly that should be a way better editing experience and copying files back and forth over to our backup device. Now let's wrap it up here, get together again and talk about this Ubiquiti 2.5 gig flex. All right, I just wanted to get back together with you guys and end the video here by showing you the Ubiquiti Flex Mini 2.5G on Amazon. There will be a link in the description to this guy. Please make sure you like and subscribe and order all your affiliate links through our official links on the bottom of the video here. And you can see it does have 5 stars. Only one person has rated it. It is way cheaper on Ubiquiti's site, but since I have an Amazon affiliate program, I am going to put this one here. Doesn't look like you can order it, but I'm going to put a link to it anyway and let you guys go from there. And checking out some of the pictures, there is the 2.5 gig ports there, but this one has PoE actually, the right hand port, and you can see the USB-C input right there. There's the dimensions, 21 by 90 by 117, and you can see right there it absolutely does come with a power supply, and even if it doesn't, you can use USB-C. There's a good picture of it connected up to all 5 ports. Another picture of it, and then also you can see here them connecting computers to it and another switch. And then there's a good little network diagram about how you can actually hook yours up as well. So guys, thank you for watching. Go ahead and pick up a switch and click through our official links, like and subscribe. We need all the help we can get, and we will see you on the next one. We got a couple of bangers coming up. Stay tuned. What is this? 1080p digital camera. 1080p digital camera, huh? Huh. Let's take a look at this thing. All right, we are back in the Supercar Street Racing office right here in front of artificial intelligence generating stuff for us. And we have the Jackanor digital camera, 2024 upgraded 1080p 44 megapixel digital camera, kids digital point shoot camera with 16x zoom. Oh, it just goes on forever, but this is a 1080p camera here that they have provided to me at no charge to review for you guys. And the only fair way to do that is to set the GoPro up at the same video resolution and use the built-in mic from the GoPro. Let's turn this on to film us at the same time. Should be recording us now, so let's see if it can see us right here. And now we are in apples to apples comparison. You guys are looking at me. I just washed my hair, so it's an absolute mess, but this is the camera right here. Now, the camera does shoot, I believe, it doesn't actually say, but I think it's 30 frames per second at full HD 1080p. It does come with a memory card. I believe it's a 32-bit, as according to the ad on Amazon says, and it also does still pictures as well, so we will be comparing the two. And if we look right here on the back, it is recording right now, and the little light is flashing. I did charge the camera for about 30 minutes before we went ahead and got this out. And then also, the menu system is pretty simple on the camera. We will go through it once we stop down on this video, but I wanted to put kind of a side-by-side comparison of the GoPro to this. To make it completely, hopefully in the shot, it's a very narrow field of view. To make this fair, I have the GoPro set at 1080p, 30 frames per second, which is not what I usually shoot at. And I will publish the video in 1080p as well, just to make sure that it is a fair fight. I'm also not using the wireless mic, I'm using the actual GoPro mic on the Media Mod kit. As you can see right here, it's the same video, we're recording at the exact same time. Now, going through the manual here, I will put a picture up on the screen now of the manual. It is not very conclusive on a lot of the settings, but it is pretty easy to figure out. Basically, there is a mode button on the back. It is labeled number 5 here on the instruction manual, and that's where you basically go from telling it to shoot video to shooting still pictures. And we do have it set on the highest setting right now of 1080p. And then the video settings are just one thing, but you can also set the still picture to 44, 42, 36, or 24 megapixel. And on the video, you can go 1080p, 720p, or 480p. It does come with a 32 gigabyte SD card. It can take single or continuous photos, or it has a timer to do that. Now, this only has an electronic zoom. This does not have a manual zoom. So if you want to manual zoom, you cannot do this. It will always be electronic, meaning it is blowing up the electronic picture when you are going ahead and zooming on it. It does have a lithium-ion battery that is rechargeable, and that is what we are running on right now. So it does have a warning on the box that it is normal for the camera to get hot when it is running. So be aware, it will get hot, especially on video and using the 30 frame per second at 1080p video mode. Now, taking a look inside the box, the camera did come in this nice case right here. Nice soft case, as you guys can see right here. We'll put it on both videos for you guys to compare. And dipping further inside the box, we would find a plug here. So a regular charger for a USB type A. We have a nice cleaning cloth for your camera here. I'll put it right in front of that one so you can see it. We have a USB type A to USB type C cable right here as well. We have a USB type A to USB C cable right here for charging the camera. We have a nice strap that goes right onto the side of the camera here. We have an empty SD card holder because the SD card is physically inside of the camera right now, guys. And then we have this other strap that's a lot bigger, I guess, to put it around your neck. And that is all that came with the camera. And now it is time to put the camera side by side and shoot some video in different lighting conditions so you can compare the video and the audio from the GoPro to the new SD card digital camera. Okay, we are side by side on the new digital camera with the GoPro, and we are going to compare this footage. We're going to walk around the house into different areas and just show you typical video from different lighting conditions so you can decide for yourself which camera has the better quality. Now, already notice that the frame on the digital camera, the new one, is a lot more narrow. It doesn't have quite a wide field of view. Look, on the GoPro, I have it set to normal, linear. So this is how it looks in my bathroom with just the lighting from the LED mirrors. Now let's step into the dark area of the bathroom and see which one has better low light or more high performance low light conditions. And that's a good look at how that looks there. And then moving over to my well lit closet, this is how it looks all the way up into the light, directly into the light. On the right, it does feel like it's a little bit more bluish in color on the new digital camera base compared to the old GoPro. And I'm watching the frame rate on the right hand side feel like it's not doing 30 frames per second, but we're going to find out if it can't keep up with the GoPro. Lighting from our skylights until we turn on the big lights. And you can see right here the lights did come on, and let's compare the detail in the carpet here, which has little lines on it, and the detail in Shamar Bridges' NFL motorbike here. We're going to move on outside of the Supercar Street Racing house now. Now, it has been raining for a solid week in Jacksonville, maybe more than that, and it is very difficult to get some time outside, but we are finally able to come outside and compare pictures on the old GoPro to the new digital camera here, which costs a fraction of the price. Let's take it down to the dock here and see if we can get this alligator. And here he comes. Let's telephoto on him. Now the battery keeps coming out. The battery compartment keeps opening. Let's telephoto on him. All right, here comes another one. Let's go ahead and zoom in on that guy. Here comes another alligator headed this way. That's how it looks zoomed in on the new digital camera. Let's go ahead and widen out. It looks like it's having trouble keeping up with the frame rate, but not sure. And of course, the GoPro will beat that. Here is the pool. You can definitely see a difference in the lens. How wide the lens shoot, how narrow the new digital camera is. And let's check the colors out on this plant. Nice reddish, purplish colors on the plant. How do they look? All right, let's take some pictures with both of these and compare those next. It's Friday night edit at Supercar Street Racing. Brad here, and you can see right behind me the 24/7 Supercar Street Racing jukebox looking so fresh and so fly right behind me. And right here we have this digital camera. It's a 44 megapixel 1080p camera that we were provided by the manufacturer to go ahead and check out today. And I have it right here in front of me. A few things about this camera is you could see the quality is not amazing at 1080p. It does skip frames, and the quality is not super good, and the audio is just okay. So is it worth $45? I'm not sure. I'll let you guys decide when you look at the video and the audio side by side with the GoPro, which costs 10 times as much. But right here we have the camera, and here's a good look at it. I did notice that the battery compartment tends to open up like by itself. Sometimes it's really easy to get out. And here is a look at the screen right here behind it. You can see it says welcome coming up on the screen right now when you power it on. It does do stills, it does do video, and I did just show you how that looks right up against the super expensive GoPro. So this thing has 4.9 stars right now out of 90 ratings. And I would say that if you need a cheap camera, especially for kids, this is perfect for you. I actually am going to give this to my friend's son for his birthday, and he will probably love it and make a bunch of videos and pictures on it. And it does come with a little case and a USB Type-C cord to go ahead and either upload it or to charge it. So guys, we're not going to hang around here all night. It's Friday night. We've been working all week really hard, but please like and subscribe and buy all your products through the affiliate links down below. Please like and subscribe and comment, guys. We really appreciate everything that you guys do for our channel. This video is a beast to edit with these two cameras. I hope you enjoyed it. I got to get out of here. It's Friday night. I got to go eat a ribeye. Check out this dude. Blue heroin in the pond. Blue heroin. Why don't you stay on camera? All I want to do is barbecue you. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Out here at Titan Motorsports. See if I can get somebody in here from my channel. Titan Supra right here. This thing is sick. Taking a look at the Titan Supra. Sorry, I was away. I had to get the live stream posted up on Facebook. So far, nobody's in here yet, though. But here's the Titan Motorsports Supra. Pretty cool. And then back there, you can see there's the car on the lift. There's some sick cars. I think there's a twin turbo Lambo right here. Rocking gold wheels. But yeah, there's the car out there. Here's a look at some of the wheels they sell. Pretty cool. But this Supra though, sick. Probably gets traction. I don't know. There's the Titan Supra. Thing is ridiculous. And look at some of the stuff they sell here. And some of their accessories and stuff. And then this is the Titan Billet 2JZ block. Sick block. Holds like an unreal amount of horsepower. Here's all their drag racing awards. And then if you look back here in the shop, that is a twin turbo Lamborghini right there. And pretty sick Supra right next to it, right there. And then there's my car up on the lift. And back here, look at this lineup. Yes, that's a green Supra. Hey man, back here in the showroom, just waiting for Ryan and the technician that works on my car to get here so we can get started on dyno tuning. But apparently the fuel system rewire is totally done. Hey, is it alright if I go back and take some video back in by my car?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
A babysitter.
Okay. They're gonna babysit me. I'm system done. I'm doing the wiring. Yeah, basically yesterday probably put all brand new wiring into New relays, um, a new circuit breaker, and all new wiring. But the car's up in the air. I can't really see under the hood to see if they put new wiring to the battery or whatever. But there's a good look at everything. And like, if you guys haven't seen the underneath of the car, that's the V160. It's brand new. There's a little bit of oil on it. I don't know if that's coming from the motor or what, but this is a Superstore billet transmission mount. There's a Clutch Masters twin disc carbon in there, and then this is a Toyota Sequoia drive shaft. Made it to a Subaru BRZ Y38 rear end. This is a 411 rear end. So the gearing is not top end, it's more low end torque, less high end. Full suspension coilovers. This is a yellow speed racing coilover right there. All bushings done, sway bars. Here's a look at the fuel system that Tracy put in. So it's in addition to the factory fuel line. There's the hard line. There's the super brakes, powder coated. There's the yellow speed coilover that you can see right here. Super brakes. And the wheels and tires. Here's a look at the charge pipe. And there's the new pipe that Tracy designed. And wastegate. So they looked at the wastegate spring. Apparently it's going to be enough to deal with what kind of boost we're making. So yeah, that's a look at the underneath. And gonna sign off for now. Let these guys get back to work. And then I'll be back online when we start dyno tuning later. That smart clock peel satisfaction is so good in your life and you love it. That's why I'm here for you, to give you that peel sat for you. You love it. That peel satisfaction is real. All right, guys, so I figured out that my nice, expensive headset here doesn't work with OBX at all. The mic will not record. It refuses to work with that application for whatever reason, but we're going to take a look at my friend's hacked computer today. Let me go ahead and get logged in. So she was hacked yesterday. Someone first started sending emails out on her behalf asking people for gift cards, then started getting messages from her on Facebook asking for gift cards. So I immediately texted her and told her she was hacked. So I haven't been on her computer yet. Let's take a look. So we're connecting now. So what we're going to do is take a look and see what exactly has happened to this computer. So the first thing I am going to do here is open AVG, which is the default antivirus that I go to. And I'm going to make sure that's updated. Let's see. Update. Virus definitions. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and update her antivirus now. We also got Malwarebytes on here. It's probably really old now. I haven't been on this machine in a while. This might be very old, actually. Let's go ahead and install this new version. go ahead and install Malwarebytes. This guy's installing updates. So her internet was also down, and she can't get into her email anymore. I have a sneaking suspicion that they have hijacked her email account too. Um, Probably won't be able to resolve that today. Um, didn't ask her if she was locked out completely, but um, I don't want to put her name up on the screen, so I probably won't do that on this video. But yeah, so we got AVG updating here and Malwarebytes. So what we're going to do is we're going to run Malwarebytes here. As soon as it gets done, it might want us to restart. Yeah, AVG wants to restart. Let's go ahead. Malwarebytes did not ask us to restart. Let's go ahead and run the first scan. Let's do fake at email.com. Start the 14-day. No, thank you. All right, let's scan this guy. So I don't think she's going to have any issues on the actual machine. I believe what we're going to find out is that someone just got a hold of her email password and started changing her passwords on her other things in order to extort money from people. So far we got 0 detections. We're going to come back on and scan it with AVG though. So I actually built this computer. Actually didn't build it. We ordered one. We custom ordered one for her it's been about 3 years, I guess, since we did this computer. So no browser threats found. Got both these scanners going at the same time. Can't remember. I think this is an i5 with 16 gigs. I think I asked her to get the maximum amount of memory. Um, oh, she's got 32 gigabytes. That's right. Yeah, I made her max out the memory, um, which is awesome. Fun computer. It's an i5 6400T, 4 core with tons of RAM, which absolutely rocks. I wish I had that in my machine. Mine maxes out at 16, unfortunately. Just my motherboard's an older one that doesn't have but 2 memory slots, 8 gigs each is the maximum it supports, from what I understand. So far, so good. Nothing there. After this, we'll look for updates. No malware found. Good. Oh, one detection here though on Malwarebytes. Nothing on AVG. Got one here. Ah, that's just a KMS. No big deal. It's not a risk. Got one notification. I think that's because it needs to restart. Yeah. So this is um, not a big deal. We're not going to worry about that because I know what that is. And this is still going. While that's going, let's go check for updates. See, she could actually probably go Windows 11 at this point. I don't know if her CPU qualifies. They cut off a lot of CPUs. Yeah, see, there's a way to get around this. There's a hack for this. So Um, let's see. Let's do disk cleanup. Let's go C. Oh yeah, she's got a gigabyte in the recycle bin, 2 gigabytes of thumbnails, and we don't care about 4 megabytes, and that doesn't have anything in it for now. Recycle bin's emptying. I don't think we can do these because we're not. Let's see. Malwarebytes. Let's get that out of there. And let's go ahead and go here one more time. Why won't it let us do anything here? This thing's being irritating. Downloading these updates now, and then we'll get this thing restarted. So far, so good. I don't see any really major issues here. I think that she has a Lenovo also, and there might be a firmware update. Seems like it's freezing up a little bit, or either mine is. Let's go ahead and restart this guy, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, we are back. She is back up and running here. So I am probably going to try to put Windows 11 on this machine today. Going to show you guys that in a separate video, how to trick your Windows 10 PC into installing Windows 11. And so we are back up here with Carolyn's PC. Let's go back into check for updates now. Let's see what this thing says. All right, so it does want to restart again. Let's go ahead and see what happens now when we restart. I'm watching the TeamViewer icon on the other side. So it says restarting here. Let's see what happens. So just so you guys know, so this is very common. So what these guys do, these bad actors, they get once they got control of your email address, they go in and they find your other accounts and they start changing your passwords, which is a good idea if you can set up two-factor. So two-factor is basically two different methods of proving your identity to log in. So one factor is like something you know, like a password, and then another factor is like biometrics, something you are, fingerprint or eye scanner, things like that. So two-factor a lot of times will send. Really, it's two-factor on your phone's not really the safest method because if someone gets your device, unless you have biometrics on your phone enabled, then they can then get to your accounts. Her computer's back up. Let's go ahead and get connected here. Not sure what that means, but okay, it is still working. Let's go check for updates again. Let's see what's available here. So we're probably going to do Windows 11 here. The reason it says this here is because her PC, her processor doesn't meet certain requirements by Windows 11, which is completely ridiculous. There is a way around that. I have it on my machine, so I'm going to do the bypass on hers more than likely. But while that's going, let's look at the Lenovo updates. There might be a BIOS update, and then we'll do driver updates. So if you guys don't use it, Driver Booster is amazing, absolutely amazing program that throw it on you know, as long as you have internet access, this thing will automatically download all the latest drivers. So it's probably going to say that there's an update available for this guy. Actually, it looks kind of new. 8.3, I think, is like the latest. That's interesting. Okay, so we do have our AVG got updated. That's downloading a Windows 10 cumulative update preview. AVG is good to go. This guy's got pretty good amount of drivers that wants to update. I'm going to go ahead and let it do these on the free version. So you can see here, Driver Booster 8.3 free is downloading her Intel HD graphics, her Intel audio, her Realtek audio, her network adapter, and her few other things. Um, it's going to probably drop us when it installs the network adapter driver. So dual band wireless AC. So Windows is complete. Well, actually, no, Windows is not up to date. It's downloading this preview. I forgot about that. So this is going ahead and installing. If you notice, her machine's never really busy. CPU is busy right now, but the RAM never really gets, you know, used that much. She does have a solid state drive and a backup spindle drive to put all of her data in. So here we go, updating the drivers. The Lenovo did never open, did it? Huh. Thought that was it. So this is the Lenovo updater. Now, if it tries to install some drivers, I will let IOBit do the driver install, not the Lenovo, because IOBit has the latest drivers. Lenovo might try to install some proprietary drivers for her system, which I don't want those. So she's saying she can't send or receive emails. So I have a feeling that somebody has set up either a redirect on her email, so maybe they are forwarding all her emails to another email address or something like that. So I'm going to get on her Comcast and see if I can locate anything. This guy's still going here. Okay, so it wants to do the LAN driver. Um, that's a Lenovo driver. I'm going to let Driver Booster take that. I'm not going to install it from here. She's probably texting me now. She's saying her landline's down as well. So she got the double one too. She got hacked and her Comcast went out yesterday for the whole entire day, and it wasn't related. Comcast was having an outage yesterday. This is a BIOS update. and I'm going to let that happen. So I'm going to go ahead and get this driver booster done, and then we're going to do the BIOS update. So what'll happen is we won't be able to see it when her computer restarts. So it'll do that, and then we'll be able to come right back on when we get done. But I don't think this LAN driver is necessary. I believe this is the one that is the same thing, but not 100% sure. Sorry for the drink. This guy's installing her graphics adapter. We'll go ahead and do the flash BIOS. Let's see where we are with the Windows. Well, it did say 100%. Now it says 20%. Oh, installing. Okay. I was going to say it started over downloading, but I guess it's good to go. That's installing. These guys are installing. We got a busy CPU, I'm sure now. I mean, it is only an i5, so it's going to be, yeah. CPU is maxed out. Memory is not being used that much, and neither is the SSD. Driver updates are almost done here. They're going to want to reboot. Oh, it doesn't want to reboot for the drivers. Okay. So that guy's done. This guy's still going. We're going to do the BIOS update. Um, surprised that that's. I'm surprised that is doesn't have any more. But wonder how old this BIOS is. This computer is fairly old. It's a ThinkCentre M700. So IBM bought Lenovo years and years and years ago, and they have these nice little tiny um, M700. There's a ThinkCentre M700. So it's like a small factor PC. This guy still says he's at 20%. CPU is pretty busy though. So at 60%. I like how in the task manager you can actually go, click on the big task here, or the big column, and then you can see details. So she's got 5.8 gigabytes in use. Some of these I don't really understand. I'd have to look them up to see what these mean, but yeah, and then this is her solid state drive. It's a SanDisk. This still says it's at 20%. But yet it's chugging along. So I didn't empty all of her, I didn't do her system file cleanup yet because we're still doing Windows updates. And so some of those updates will get deleted when you do the disk cleanup. So see, this PC doesn't meet system requirements. If we go in here and we go bypass, and we do this, here it is. A article on how to do this. So we will do that later on another video. And so this thing's still chugging along at 20%, so I'm going to come back to you guys whenever it is ready to do the next step. Yeah, so they're really putting her through the ringer right now. Basically, she couldn't sign in again, and she can sign into her Xfinity to get her email. So I am having her sign in again so I can go see if her email is being forwarded to someone. So I'm waiting for her to sign in right now. All right, guys, so we're into her email now. I'm just going to check to see if forwarding is set up. It's not. Okay, I just wanted to make sure that that was good. Um, it's actually just she can send to her other email. Um, I think this is good. Um, yeah, so far so good here. I don't see any email forwarding set up. I thought she might have that. Let's see where we are with this guy. So this is at 80%. So I'm just going to tell her I made sure emails weren't getting forwarded to anyone else. Oh, got a text from Toasty. All right, so that's good now, and it wants to restart. Let's go ahead and do that, but let's do the BIOS update as well. This failed last time I tried to do it, and I don't know why. I think it failed multiple times over, and I couldn't get it to install. So there goes the BIOS update. So it's flashing her BIOS now, and now it's restarting the computer. So what that's going to do is going to restart and then flash her BIOS. We're going to lose our connection here momentarily, and that's okay because we have our this shot glass. Doesn't have crown in it. It's got vodka in it, but still says shutting down here. Waiting for that to reboot. Dude, I love my shadow under my webcam. I had to read a tutorial and go crazy to get that to work, but yeah. So she's still online, so it's doing something. It's shutting down. I'll update you guys when this comes back. All right, guys, so her computer is back up, so I'm assuming that she doesn't have any more updates. So let's go back to the Lenovo thing and see if the if the BIOS update was successful. This is pretty old now. I would say this computer's at least 3 years old, maybe more, maybe 4. Let's see. It's to reopen everything. All right, that's checking. Lenovo's checking for updates, guys. So, I don't know if you see what I'm talking about, but like, see this little shadow here? That just tickles me to death. It just makes my day brighter. Okay, so it looks like our BIOS update went in good. We're not going to install that LAN update. Let's go back in. All right, Windows is up to date. So let's go back into this guy, this cleanup. C drive. Now notice here is pretty clean, but it'll go clean up system files now. before we do the Windows 11 update. So I did clean up system files. So it's going to delete any leftover Windows Update things and any other files that are just literally just taking up space on the machine. So she's got 2 gigabytes of system error memory dumps. Don't need these upgrade log files. We don't need any of this. Error reports, shadow cache. That's good enough. Let's delete that. So we're cleaning up this drive right now, the C drive. So she's got, let's see, this PC. And this is I believe that's the SSD. This is the spindle. And then Lenovo has a 12 gigabyte recovery drive on there as well. I am now, so her computer's like completely up to date, I think. So I'm going to say that we have successfully cleaned this computer. I'm going to run this driver booster again one more time, just to make sure there's nothing left. Next video is going to be how to update. No, this they want you to buy their like VPN stuff. All right, so she's completely up to date here. All right, guys, so I found it finally. Oh, I've been fighting with this forever. So she was getting a couple of emails, but not all of her emails, and I found it finally. So this is what happens. They get your email address, they get in here, and they set up a filter here. Look under filter rules. You see where it says they set up a filter so anything that goes here is forwarded to a fake email address at Outlook. So we're going to delete this and this. We're going to delete this rule. So this is why she wasn't getting emails, guys. Wow, they really like did a number on her. So let's go back and check her email now. Let's send her one real quick from my phone. Let's do test. So I looked for that at first, but I didn't see it. So they got her email password, they got onto her email account, they went to settings, they went to email settings, they went to filters, they set a rule in here to forward all her email to a fake email account, and that's how they did it. And so right now she's going to get her email from me. Yep. Solved. This is definitely fixed now. So you can see here she's getting email. She was hacked. Absolutely 100% hacked. And this is now working. So guys, we did our job today. We helped our friend. She's good to go. And I appreciate you guys watching. IT security engineer fixes a hacked computer. It's actually just her email that was hacked, and that is now fixed. Talk to you guys later, man.
We are back on Supercar Street Racing and once again taking a look at the 2023 Tesla Model S Plaid out in the garage. And we have our next piece of carbon fiber we're going to be applying today on the station. So hang out and let's have some fun. We have this nice piece of matte carbon fiber from RPM Tesla. that we are going to be applying today to the Tesla. And this piece right here fits right over the stock around the charging pads. And the carbon fiber weave and everything also matches the interior of the car. So in other words, where the weave is down and makes its diagonal turn, it will be the same as matching up to the center console. Now, all you have to do to apply this carbon fiber piece is peel off the double-sided tape here. Once you have that peeled off, you stick it right over the factory piece, and this is real molded dry matte carbon fiber to match the Model S Plaid already awesome carbon fiber interior. So let's go outside right now into the car and take a look at what's already out there. Out here in the incredibly dark Tesla Model S Plaid, which has a lot of tint on the windows, and I have put a light in here so we can see where this goes. Now simply goes right here where they didn't put carbon fiber. They just have this fake leather fabric there, and it should carry the carbon fiber up around the charging port. So let's see how well this fits. And it does fit perfect. And that's what it looks like when you add the carbon fiber, and it follows the weave. If you look right there, it follows the weave on the existing carbon and matches it perfectly. Oh, I didn't have it on all the way. Yep, so I didn't push it on all the way. So that sticky tape's gonna have to be applied now. Now we just simply come to the back of this guy here and peel off all of the sticky tape on the back. I'm gonna go do that at the table inside, and it's a lot brighter in there. Okay, we have the carbon fiber piece right here, and all we have to do is come peel off all of the red tape. Once the tape is off, it is ready to be applied, and we go in there and we just push it on. Kind of a pain, but this is what's going to keep it on the car. Hard to get to. Fortunately, there's some long pieces here. Otherwise, it would be a huge pain. Switch to a wider angle. It's like pulling teeth, but pulling tape. We need to make sure we don't have any type of grease or any of that conditioner or anything in there, so I'm just going to wipe it down real quick, if I can ever get the Windex to work. Just going to wipe it down real quick with some Windex. Okay, we got our rag here. Just going to quickly get anything off of this that might cause it not to stick. Really fast wipe down procedure. And I'm going to come back with the other side, the dry side, and just do that. It's that simple. Now let's grab the piece and stick it on. All right, we're ready to apply this piece. So what I am doing is putting a lot of pressure on this because it needs to sit flush all the way around. Needs like 30 seconds of pressure applied. Let's see if this thing still opens right. Oh, it does. Okay. I was worried for a second that that thing wasn't going to open anymore because this pushes right up against it, but I guess they have the design right. Yeah, it just seems to work fine. Okay. I think that is a finished product. And the center console still works like it's supposed to. So let me give you guys a better look at this. I know the lighting is poor in here, and I'm fumbling around with this, but yeah. All right, be careful when you're doing this and working on your car. I put a little fine little tiny scratch in this carbon right here, and I can't get it off. Maybe I can get it off later with something polished or something like that. But these lights fell over and did put a tiny little, barely noticeable scratch right there in the carbon. But as you can see here, this is all finished and it fits perfectly. I don't have any fitment issues whatsoever here. It matches the carbon fiber weave, so the pattern continues down with the Tesla pattern, and it looks exactly like the factory carbon fiber center console. So overall, I'm happy with this. Let's go inside to the studios and look at this online with Brad. Welcome back to Supercar Street Racing, and we are back in the 4K production studio, and our light did burn out, so we have to figure out getting a new light. I might be a little bit dark, sorry about that, but today we have this RPM Tesla molded carbon fiber charging pad frame overlay to show you guys, and they do have quite a few different carbon fiber products over at RPM Tesla. This one is really cool. It actually is a really good addition to the Model S Plaid center console area. There's also some more products like this, but I want to show you this real quick. Now, this is the matte dry look carbon fiber, and that's kind of what matches the inside of the Model S Plaid. And as you saw in the video there, it does follow the weave and everything of the Model S Plaid carbon fiber. And here is a good look at it here, and here's some other pictures of it. And right here, there is a picture of how it fits right on, but that one is matching the gloss carbon fiber, not the matte. There is the matte look right there, which is pretty cool. They did a really good job on this. It does press right on with 3M tape and had no issues getting it to stick or anything like that, and no issues with fitment whatsoever. It was perfect. Here's another look at it, and the red stuff on the back is the 3M tape. And there's another look and a final look at it. And if you do come here and you go to Model S, and you go to real carbon fiber parts right here, it will take you to all of their parts. And checking out some of their other parts right here, you can see here their turn signal overlays, which I do have those. They have the Viento front lip spoiler. It's made out of real carbon fiber. I don't have that one. I have a different one. Mine is an overlay, and it doesn't stick out as much as that one does. They have this diffuser, which is kind of cool. It does come in matte dry. And I've been thinking about getting this, but I haven't pulled the trigger on it yet because you have to do some pretty intricate installation tricks. And you see right here, they got some carbon fiber canards eyelids for the front. Not sure how that would look. That might be cool. They've got a plaid type upgrade kit for the regular Model S and Model X, which is cool if you don't have that. This is the center console sliding drawer. I already have that in carbon because I have a plaid. Here is the handle, door handle overlays. I have those. Here is the front inlay, which I do have the little V inlay on mine as well. Here is a steering wheel bezel overlay, which is kind of cool. That might be interesting. It's $139 and it does come in dry. That might be a neat upgrade for my car. I'm going to look into getting that one. I really like that one. There's the charging pad, and this is another thing I really want to get from them. These are the carbon fiber seat backs, which look awesome. They look a lot more sporty than the factory seats do. They would look like this in dry in my car. Here's a center console upgrade kit. 7 pieces, kind of interesting. And here is a yoke made out of carbon fiber for your car as well, a whole yoke. And some armrest overlays. And then a round carbon fiber steering wheel. So you can see they have a lot of different carbon fiber, especially for the non-carbon fiber cars. Like the Plaid comes with a lot of carbon, so they don't have a lot to offer for that. They have a few cool things though, like the seat backs. But if you don't have a Plaid, they have a lot of other things that you can put on your car. I'll put a link in the description to this and to the RPM Tesla website, and I'm so happy you guys are joining me today with this. And please, please like and subscribe to the videos. And we got to get out of here. We got to go find some more carbon fiber. Let's go. Got the garage ready for the new floor going in tomorrow, guys. I'm so hyped that we're getting a new garage floor tomorrow. Shark coating the garage. Tesla's got a new home tomorrow. What? Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is Friday, and we got a little project going on. Guys, we are back in the Supercar Street Racing living room here, and behind me is an alien right here, which has nothing to do with this video, but what does is the X31 Shockwave that we picked up from Home Depot for the low price of just $35. I have never flown a drone in my life. We're gonna go outside and play with that right now and see if we can get this thing lost in the pond or in the pool, or maybe it just flies away into outer space. Welcome back to the channel, and today on Supercar Street Racing, we are so happy to have you to look at the X31 Shockwave from Skyrider. You see it right here looking so fresh in front of me, and it's $35 at Home Depot. And checking out the box here, we see a lot of cool features. Let's check it out. Having nothing at all to do with this alien, we have the X31 Shockwave. It is a quadcopter drone with Wi-Fi camera, and it has Wi-Fi real-time photo and video, smartphone control. It can stream video to phone and goggles. It has navigation lights and a 2.4 gigahertz remote with a phone holder. And today we're going to be unboxing this. The app is right here. It tells you how to get it right here, and we'll look at that also on Supercar Street Racing. Let's get rolling. Inside the box of the Skyrider X31 Shockwave now, and we can see what came with this drone. It did come with a small screwdriver, some replacement rotors there, does have a manual right here. It has a USB charger, so it has a Type A on one side and a proprietary connection for the battery. It does come with a 400 milliamp hour battery, a very small one. Now to charge this, you can see how you have to hook that up. You hook it directly to the cable that normally would go to the battery. You disconnect that and hook up the charger. And it does take about an hour and a half to charge the battery, and the flying time is supposed to be somewhere between 7 and 10 minutes, and we will see. And then right here, looking so fresh, is the 2.4 gigahertz remote control for the drone, and it has a phone clamp up there. Beware, that might not be a good stable connection for your phone to be on. If it falls off and you break your phone like I did, don't be surprised. So be careful of this phone connector right here. Now, this does take batteries. You have to put your own batteries in it. So let's open this thing and see what kind it takes. Inside of the drone remote control for the X31, you can see that it has 4 AA AC Delco batteries in it, who also make auto parts, and that is all you need to actually get this thing running. 4 batteries in the remote control. And go ahead and close that, and then once you power on the remote control, you are able to set up the gyroscope on the drone and then do everything else from the remote control, like setting the pitch, the roll, and the headless mode. Now the app that you're going to need is the Skyrider Cruise app here. And the first thing you do when you power your drone on with this Skyrider app is you connect to it via Wi-Fi to the actual drone. Your drone will pull up a hotspot and then this app will be working like that. So that's what you do first. Download the Skyrider Cruise app. It is right here, Skyrider Cruise. And then you take that outside and start connecting to it with Wi-Fi with your phone. Now speaking about the battery being charged again, so this is the battery charger. It is a USB type A. It plugs into any 5-volt USB adapter. The charging time is about an hour and a half, and you'll get about 10 minutes of, presumably 10 minutes of flight. Now, this little battery charger does have a red LED light on it to let you know that it is charging. The light will go off once the battery is fully charged. This battery took about an hour and 20 minutes to charge fully, at which time the red light went off. All right, it has begun raining, but I wanted to show you guys where the battery compartment disconnects here. All you do is unplug the battery and plug in the charger and drop the drone. But when you're done, you just pull this out of the battery, slide the battery right back in here to the drone. It slides right into this compartment all the way back. And then you just plug the battery back in when you're ready to fly. And there's only one way to do it. It has a key on it and it is plugged in, and then you stuff the battery cable back in there. The actual camera mount part is the cover, and it should just snap into place like that. And we're ready to fly. All right, we are ready to fly now. Put the drone out here with the camera facing us. Top isn't exactly on secure, but that's fine. Put the camera facing us. We'll put the switch on. And you notice the navigation lights on the drone. Now we connect to the drone's Wi-Fi. Skyrider Cruise right here. And then we open up the Skyrider Cruise app and click start. And you can see the picture from the drone right here. I'm gonna go ahead and start recording. Now, to go ahead and connect to the drone, we click that. Button to on, we push up on the joystick and then down on the joystick, and that calibrates the gyroscope. And now when you pull back and down to the right on both sticks, it will fly. So it won't go up, but it will start the rotors. And it is ready to fly. Now, control-wise, this stick is opposite. So if you want to come forward towards you, you push back. If you want to go backwards, you pull it towards you. But this goes up and down and tilts it left and right. This goes backwards and forwards. So we're going to push up on the joystick. Now if we want to go backwards, we pull it towards us. We rotate it with that stick. It's opposite for control with the right stick. So anything you want to do, you got to go opposite. The left stick, it rotates it. And it does take some time getting used to. If we want to go down, we pull down on the left stick and it will go to the ground and land. And then we just crash completely. Oops. Okay, so I'm still getting used to it. As you can see, I'm not that great at flying it. But I wanted to land it and turn the rotors off. Okay, it did switch off automatically that time. Now we push forward on the left stick again, it will go up. Oh, we have to start the rotors. Down and to the right on both sticks. Let's raise it up and try to turn it towards us. And let's raise it up a little bit more. It's really tough for me to get used to the opposite control. Basically, the right stick is opposite. If it's coming towards you, you want it to go away, you push it towards the front. Once you fly this thing for a little while, you'll get used to it. Let's see if we can land it. Go off automatically when we land it. Once again, to start the drone, down and to the right, down and to the left. This will send the drone up. And we just flew under my neighbor's trellis. And we're flying towards us and now backwards. And let's land it. That goes up. And that goes down. You guys can't see it. It landed right below us here. Let's see if we can fly it off of. The key to this is keeping it oriented towards you. Takes a lot of practice in mine. Blue is facing you, so when you're navigating it, blue is facing towards you. The blue LEDs aren't towards you, you're flying backwards. Reds are in the back. Almost took my head off. And it does drift with the wind sometimes. Okay, I'm still getting used to it, that's why I haven't flown it over the pond yet. And the charge is also probably... So it is drifting away with the wind. There's a good shot of it. Right in front of, trying to get used to like really precise controls. See it rotate and the blue LEDs in front of you? Almost hit the camera. Very close to hitting the GoPro. Up and down is not opposite. Everything else is. And we have a squirrel. Very curious over there about what is happening with this drone. Now that was a drift. I did not do that. Oh, I almost hit the camera again. Down on the stick. So we get it to not drift. Straight down. It did shut off the rotors automatically, and that is going to do it because we have been flying for around 8 minutes and the battery will last about 10. I did record this on the drone itself. Let's get all this footage together and see how I did. Hey guys, welcome to Supercar Street Racing. You're back again with Brad. We're out here in the 4K production studios. You can see we are out here every day bringing you high quality 4K videos, testing all the products and letting you guys know how we feel. And today we are so excited to bring you this drone. Now this is the X31 Shockwave, directly from Home Depot right to your cart. This thing is about 35 bucks at Home Depot. I've got it up here on Amazon. Has a 3.7 star review. Now let's get some things clear about this before we get started. The X31 is a basic drone. What it is good for is to teach you how to fly drones, and what you can do with this is have an inexpensive, indestructible drone. And I'll tell you right now, this thing is very tough. I have crashed it probably 30 times into walls and metal furniture and the house, and it has not even once broken. No propellers are broken, nothing. This thing is awesome. As far as indestructibility, I didn't even put the guards on, and it still has not broken to this day. Now the X31 is a basic drone, meaning it does not have an SD card. So all of the video that you record is going to be recorded to your camera or tablet, and it is probably like SD. So it's probably like 360p resolution. If you want a drone that has an SD card, you got to bump up the price just a little bit. Now, we'll say this compared to the drones that I bought offline last time, this drone actually does work. It does connect with the app. Now, how you do that is you download the app for the drone, you connect to the Wi-Fi on the drone, and then when you start the app and hit the start button, you will see the camera there and you will be able to record. Now, that's pretty much all it's good for. It's a good training drone and it is indestructible at this point as far as I can tell. Now, you did see the video here from the drone and it is okay. It's nothing great. There's no audio whatsoever and it is like 5 frames per second and it is standard definition. Drone does have a 3.7 star review right here on Amazon. I will link this in the description if you guys want to go ahead and get one, or run down to your local Home Depot store and grab yourself a drone. But as you can see right here, right now, there's not much of a description on this, but it is a Wi-Fi based drone and it does record in standard definition. I do recommend it for beginners. If you are not a beginner, this is not a drone for you. And you can see right here, right now, the little phone holder, which did break in my hands, and it actually didn't break. It came disconnected from the phone, from the remote control, and it fell on the ground and did break my phone and crack the screen. So truly, this was my first real experience flying a drone, was right now. So wasn't lying about that. I did not fly it before this because it broke my phone on the first try, because this little part right here where the phone meets the controller came right off and my phone hit the concrete. Lesson learned, don't fly the drone when you're above the concrete with this crappy controller. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching today, and I hope you like and subscribe and hit the bell icon. Buy all of your links through my Amazon links. Buy all of your products. Use my links, and I get $1 or $2 here and there. Even if you're not buying what's in the links, if you click through and buy something from Amazon, it helps out Supercar Street Racing greatly. We got to get out of here, though. We got to go find our drone, which is in the ocean. Now, I'm checking out the LZ Invitational on Supercar Street Racing, and we have some crazy cars here. And this is the Clean Culture Car Show. There's the track, and here's all the cars, and it is absolutely packed today. And this section here is just the car show, and then over there on the other side is where all the YouTubers are.
You want to take pictures?
And we will head that direction right now and check out some of these cars. Nice Viper there. And then here we got Eat Sleep Race and the Fast Kids Club, and then EPA Auto House there. And then check out the nice ride. Little 86 action Corolla. Single turbo there. And here we are walking down live through Englishtown. And of course, we have quite a few pretty gnarly cars here. Subaru, Toyota Supra, BMW, S2000 with a single there. Audi incoming. And then over here, RX-7, little FD action. Single turbo FD, other single turbo FD. And then over here we have the official headquarters of Drift HQ. And this is the line to buy Drift HQ merch. And there's the Drift HQ headquarters. Right there, there's Drift HQ. There's the line to buy Drift HQ merch. Right next to that, we have Ocean Auto. Right hand drive. R34, I believe.
Where are you guys at right now? What? Not like 5, 6.
Over here, there's Jimmy Oaks, there's Trevor, Motion Auto, and of course, Chris Rudnick over here. At Ruddy's Junk Shop. Somebody's texting me, so we will go live again here briefly.
We are back in the beautiful Supercar Street Racing bathroom where we have been granted access to the Neporol Magic Pro rechargeable light bulb. Now this Neporol Magic Pro does work in any regular light socket and you can charge it there or with a USB. Now this takes 2 hours to charge. It costs $1.81 a year. You can do warm white, neutral, or white light, and it can be adjusted infinitely on the brightness. So let's see what they had in mind today when Neporol was gracious enough to send us these Magic Pro light bulbs to check out on Supercar Street Racing. Welcome to Supercar Street Racing unboxing and reviews. You've got Brad here with you. And if you don't know me, I'm so happy to have you today at the channel. And if you do know me, I could appreciate a like and subscribe on the video and a comment if you don't mind. And today we have the Neporol Magic Pro rechargeable light bulb that was provided to us by Neporol. They are so gracious to have sent us a sample of their bulb to look at several scenarios with you guys on how this might work. Now, taking a look at the box, you can see two, meaning I believe there are two in the box. And at the top of the box, a good highlight says that they work in a lamp socket and they are USB or lamp socket chargeable. Now the bottom of the box says they are 2-hour fast chargeable. They are dimmable with a hue shift, meaning they can go 3 different color temperatures, and they have a remote and a touch control also available. Now on the side of the box, a closer look at that, you can see it fits most E26, which is the standard light bulb in the United States and other places as well. It works with wireless lamps as well. It backs up for emergencies, so if you lose the power in your house, these guys will still work. And on the side here, you do see they are made in China, and there is the model number right there, which I will put a link in the description for you guys. And then on the back side of the box, it says that it has a remote, we'll be looking into that as well, or a touch control. A 3 hue shift, meaning they do 3 color temperatures. They are dimmable. They have a portable hook is what they meant about the hook on the side, so they did have that right. They auto charge when they are connected to a socket, and they're rechargeable by USB-C and have a really nice charge indicator on them. So a lot of good features to the Neporol Magic Pro E26 light bulb, which now we will go ahead and unbox on the channel. The Neporol Magic Pro is sitting right in front of you today, looking so fly and so fresh and asking to be stripped out of its box. So let's go ahead and see if we're going to need something to get the tape off today. And look at that, we were able to get this package open. Well, I had it open. We might be able to get this package open without any other type of opening device. Here is the Neporol Magic Pro about to be unboxed here on Supercar Street Racing, and right on top inside the box we do see that we have a nice instruction manual here. It's a little small for my eyes, so I can tell you that it has highlights at the top, instructions in the middle, commonly asked questions there, and so there's a FAQ at the very bottom, and I will take a picture of this and throw it up on the screen for you guys so you know exactly what this says. And then on the back it does have a picture of a remote control, and they did not send the RGB. I was hoping they were sending the RGB. I did ask for that, but they did not send it. And then it does highlight the touch control down on the bottom, which I guess is on the side of the bulb. Now inside of the box here with the Neporol, you do see it comes with some hooks for you to be able to hang this bulb up somewhere, so you don't actually have to have this thing connected anywhere. It could be totally and completely wireless, which we will demonstrate in a little bit. And then also inside of the box they give you a USB charge cable. So it is a USB type A on one side to a USB type C on the other side. Moving forward, there is another hook here for these guys. It does not charge, but you can charge it while it's on here. This does not charge it.
This just hangs it up for access. Now the first Neporo Magic Pro is coming out of the box right here, and you can see the standard E26 base here. I do have the RGB lights, which I'm excited about. Now let's see if it actually works before we unbox the rest. Okay, it is not charged. And we do have our second RGB Pro here. Let's see if that one works. Does not work. So both of these bulbs need to be charged. And moving further into the box, we do see our RGB remote control here, and opening it up, it probably has a little tab for us to pull to get the battery working. Let's go ahead and get it open. And here is the remote control, and there is our battery activation strip right there. We did pull that, and I'm assuming nothing's gonna happen because I think the batteries are dead. Oh, okay, interesting. All right, so I wasn't holding it long enough. They did work right out of the box. At least that one did. Okay, let's see if the other one works. Maybe I wasn't holding it long enough. All right, this one is not charged. The other one was. You can tell because when I push on, only one of them comes on, and look, it's completely wireless. Nothing connected to it whatsoever. So let's get these guys onto the base lamp and get them all charged up first. And there, it just came on again. I pressed the button. And it looks like you cycle through the colors there, but I want to get both of them charged up. And there's a dimmer if you hold it down. Let me go ahead and power this off. And let's take it in there and get it on the lamp base. In the Supercar Street Racing nice office, we do see this fan going insane. So if you hear something, that is the fan. But we have our Neporals, and we are going to go ahead and charge them by putting them on our lamp here. Let's go ahead and remove, let's make sure this is on first though. Okay, it is on. All right, let's go ahead and remove that bulb and put the, and now the Neporal is insisting on being on. So let's go ahead and put the one that wasn't charged in. Now it should charge, and there should be a charging indicator on it. All right, so it is charging, and it did light up a nice red to indicate that it was charging. Let's let this guy charge while we put the other one on the other base. Now we are going to put our second Neporal bulb onto USB-C and charge it that way. It is already charged, so it shouldn't take as long. However, I'm curious to see which one charges faster if they were. So plugging this in, I already have my USB available right here on the Supercar Street Racing side table that we built on the channel. Check that video out if you haven't. And these are standard type A, so whoever built them doesn't understand that there is a backwards way. And let's go ahead and get this plugged into the Neporal bulb. You can see the USB-C sitting SoFly right there, and all we have to do is plug it in right now, and it should light up in red, and it did. So this bulb is now charging, this bulb is now charging, and let's see in the manual what it says about charging. I took another hard look at the manual, and basically when these lights go off, these bulbs are fully charged. It says a charge time of 2 hours. It does not specify whether that is with the USB Type-C or with the socket. So let's go ahead and let these guys both charge up all the way, and then we'll take them somewhere and demonstrate how they work in a good dark environment. All right, we are back with our Neporal Magic Pro lights, and we did let those guys charge for about an hour and a half. And when the red light goes off, they are fully charged, and now they are ready to test. So for our first test, now I do notice they come on pretty easy if you touch the power button there on the side. That's the little touch screen right there, or touch button right there. And what we want to do right now is grab the hangers and go ahead into a dark room and test them. So to put the hangers on, all you have to do right here is just screw one on the back of the bulb, just like this. And then you can hang this guy up anywhere you want. Let's say that you need light in this closet. Let's hang one right there. Let's grab the other guy. Go ahead and get that one rigged up. And you can see it did come on because I touched the touch button. And if you press it a number of times, it will go off. Let's get this guy hung up. All right, we got our lights in the closet right here. Let's go ahead and grab the remote control and the instructions. And you can see right here on the remote control, you've got your basic on-off control at the top, and you've got a 1 and a 2 mode on the very bottom where it says MM. Those are timers. Now the mode at the very top right is where you can set what it does as far as the pattern and the style of the light. And these 3 buttons here are supposed to be for the color temperature. So it's either warm, cool, or very cool. So let's go into the closet right now and see exactly what we have. All right, we're back in the closet with the Magic Pro lights, and we did get a good idea here of what everything does on the remote. Basically, these 3 up top are for white, so it's warm white. cool white, or very cool white. This gives it in a color mode, and then the plus and minus here on the remote are for dimming the lights, but they must be in a solid mode to dim them. Mode 1 is a dissolve between each color, and mode 2 is a flash between each color. 50%, 100% don't seem to do anything and are not in the instructions, and the very bottom buttons are a timer. So let's take a look at these, how cool they are. If you went camping or something like that and you needed some light where you don't have batteries, let's go ahead and get them on a same color and sync them up. And now we'll go to the mode where they will dissolve between colors. And they didn't quite see it that time, so they're not quite synced up, but very cool how these things operate. And then if I go into a solid mode here, I can use the brightness control. You see I'm dimming it, and I'm raising the brightness there with the plus and minus. And if we put this guy here on white, I can also dim this guy here. Look, I'm dimming it down with the minus, and I am raising that up with the plus. So these lights are pretty awesome. They are rechargeable, like we said before, with either this USB-C on the side or the regular E26 base. And so later tonight, we are going to go ahead and show you guys what you can do outside. Guys, we are back with the Nepperl Magic Pro lights after they sat on the charger for about another 30 minutes and they were topped out. And now we have screwed their hook on them right here. You can see it goes right on the E26 base. We got one on that one, we got one on this one. That means we can now take these outside and show you how cool these things are at night. We'll take our remote control out there, we'll take our lights out there, and we will strategically place them around the pool and let you see how cool they are. Oh, and FYI, the red charging light did go out on both of these to indicate that these guys were fully charged. Let them go until they get fully charged, and that will definitely go out for you. Now let's get outside. Okay, we are out by the Supercar Street Racing pool, and we have one of the Nepperl lights hanging directly across from me and the other Nepperl light hanging over there. There's one, there's the other one. Now you can see they are quite bright. That's with, and then we just hit off. So they are not very long range. Let's turn them back on. Just like that. And now let's change them to colored. Let's step back and see how that looks. And there is a good look at the wireless rechargeable bulbs around the pool. And now let's set them to cycle. Now they are set to cycling, so they are fading between colors and they look absolutely cool. And remember, these are rechargeable. You could get, technically you could get 6 or 8 of these around your pool if you don't have wiring to go around your pool. And these make a good amount of light. As you can see right here, it's lighting up the entire side right here. And then if we want to go back to white, we can go warm, cold, or very cold. Warm, cold, or very cold. So those are lighting up the edge of the pool now, and you can see how good they look. And there is one single remote for both, and that is on pink, purple, red. And then you have a brightness control. I just dimmed it, and then I just raised it. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let's throw that into the studio now with Brad to take a look at these very cool wireless, colored, rechargeable bulbs. We are back at the Supercar Street Racing 4K production studio. You got Brad here, and I have spent some time with the Nepperl Magic Pro rechargeable light, and I happen to have one right here sitting in front of me for you guys to check out. These things are very cool. The manufacturer contacted me and said, hey, are you interested in promoting this product? And I said, of course I am, and they sent me 2 of the RGB lights here, and I'm actually giving these away to someone after this video. So these are already gone. They have been given away to a subscriber. But these Magic Pro lights are so cool. You can literally hang them by their E26 base with these cool little screw-on things here, and you can take them off and they will charge from either the E26 base or they will charge from a USB Type-C right here on the side, which I think is just very cool. And you can see right here we also have the remote, and we can change colors with the remote. We can change modes with the remote so they can dissolve between colors. We have a brightness control, or they can go white, warm white, or cool white. And then you can also do brightness when you're on any of those 3. So these things are awesome. I really love these, and I know the subscriber that is getting them is going to get a lot of use out of them. I know a place
where they would actually look really good. So pick up your set of Naporal Magic Pro lights today. There is actually 3 promotions going on right now. They have a 15% coupon available, a 5% promo code, and if you buy any 2, you get 10% off. It is absolutely insane. And I am going to be putting a link in the description for the Magic Pro by Naporal. And guys, please like and subscribe to Supercar Street Racing. Your support is what keeps the channel going. We don't make money off the channel. The little bit of money we make barely covers any of the costs on the channel. So go ahead and like and subscribe, leave a comment for us, and tell us what you think about these really cool. Look, you just press this little button or use the remote. There it goes. You press the little button and it does come on the side of the bulb. So tell us what you think about these Magic Pro bulbs down in the comments. They have good reviews. They have a 4.3 star review, and I plan on giving them a review myself because I really love the way they work. Guys, thanks again. We got to get out of here though. We got to get this over to our subscriber who's waiting impatiently for it. Bubba,
that we felt it together.
Well, you are
your dead baby's coming after you
You're both working
from
so
the
hard for your
afterlife.
family. These prices are high. And it's
Why would you slap your dead baby?
watch when people start only
The wind is picking up this morning. There is a hurricane coming. Day after tomorrow. You can already feel it right now. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, Supercar Street Racing. What's up, people? Today we are going to start the process of painting my shed floor with elastomeric paint and then putting the Minwax coating on top of it, ultimate floor. First steps first, we got to clean this thing. Let's get it blown out. Leaf blower here. Gonna get all this stuff out of here. Alright guys, this is fresh concrete. Always wear the thick rubber gloves when you are working with muriatic acid. It will burn your skin. If it gets on your clothes, it will eat holes into your clothes. So I've got a half a bucket of water here, hot water. I've got about, I don't know, 3/4 of a gallon of muriatic. I've got my broom, and don't breathe it in either, and don't let it splash on you. But pour it slowly. You'll see the fumes coming out. This isn't a very big area, so I'm not going to pour the whole thing in. Okay, go ahead and cap that off. Do not breathe in the fumes. And I'm going to go ahead and start mopping.
We are about ready to prep this floor again. Got my eyes on a roach right here inside here, but I'm ready to start prepping. So we're going to go ahead and tape up the wood here.
All right, guys, we are out here in the shed, and I see some areas that didn't get much of a coat. I just literally missed them, so I'm going to get those areas first and then start on a second coat. However, I think that I am short on paint. We're going to find out here. I'm going to use all the paint I have. Then Rich and I are going to go to the store and I'm going to get another gallon. And I also might be short on the hardwood floor coating that goes on top, the polyurethane. So I'm going to go ahead and get these areas that I missed real quick. And then we are going to go shopping and grab some more paint. But came out good so far. I don't see any paint peeling, but I do see some obvious areas that I missed here. That'll dry pretty quick, and I should be able to get a second coat on it right away.
All right, guys, so there was a pinhole, or a pinhole, there's multiple pinholes in the paint because I didn't put a thick enough coat on for the second coat. So my goal today is to get a heavy coat on. So we've got our paint here. Gonna go ahead and pour all this out and get to work.
right, guys, so I am going to go ahead and do the min wax because the hurricane's coming. I want to get one coat on the floor before it does.